Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to go over the top 5 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray releases from January 2024. We are in a brand new year, 2024, so that means a whole bunch of new 4K releases for the next 12 months. Now, if you're at all familiar with the hobby of collecting physical media, typically January is a pretty slow month. This one was no exception. Admittedly, there were not a whole lot of 4K releases in general to come out this past month, so this is really going to be I would say kind of a limited list, but it's still 5. There were, I would say, between 7 and maybe 10 or so that were released this past month. But these are 5 that I really particularly liked, and I think you should also check out as well. My number 5 pick was originally supposed to come out in December of 2023, but it got bumped a few weeks into January, so of course it counts. But it also made my top list of this past month. Old Boy, the original, on 4K. Now, just be aware that this is one of the more pricier 4K releases in recent memory. If you get it at about its sale price of $56 or so, that's probably the lowest you're going to get it for the foreseeable future. But if you choose to invest your money into this one, you're going to get a really solid edition. Not only do you have a really nice casing, it doesn't look like it stands out too much from anything else that would be on your shelf, but what you really came for is the transfer. Now, I do not have the original Arrow version that was in 4K, so I can't do a direct A and B comparison, but if you don't have the Arrow version, go ahead and pick this one up because the transfer is really good. This is always a rough-looking movie, but I feel it's really clean. The colors have a nice pop to them, and it stays true to the tone of the film. I think the transfer is done very well. The audio mix is also good. It has some punch to it, no pun intended. And the overall experience on 4K is worth investing in, especially if you're a fan of the film. So check out Old Boy, but you may want to wait for an even bigger sale to pick this one up. It's funny, when you have a director, or in this case directors, library of films not making its way to 4K, and then all of a sudden one comes out and then another, that usually means the floodgates are open. So for the Coen brothers film Blood Simple, released by the Criterion Collection, this is a really good looking visual upgrade. It has, of course, HDR and Dolby Vision. It gives you a nice enrichment to the palette. I think it absolutely looks fantastic, and a very nice grain structure. I really hope we see more Coen brothers films going forward. Fargo, released last year, was also really well done. So I have a whole list of Coen brothers movies, but Blood Simple, I believe their first movie, on 4K, it's worth checking out. It is a nice upgrade over the Blu-ray, no doubt about it. So pick this one up for your collection. For my number 3 pick, it is another release from the Criterion Collection, and that is Lone Star. If you've never seen it, it's a really decent mystery film. It stars Chris Cooper as a sheriff. I'm not used to seeing him in the leading role, but he does a fantastic job. Matthew McConaughey co-stars, Frances McDormand, and it's really good. I highly recommend this as a blind buy. But really, the transfer, it's very well done. The palette is nicely enriched. It does have HDR and Dolby Vision to it, and it's got a nice boost to clarity to the picture. Grain structure is really well done. It looks fantastic. It doesn't look like it's been managed in any way. But yes, I mean, if you're looking for a nice uptick over your existing Blu-ray, I highly recommend Lone Star as a 4K upgrade, and also as a film itself, it's worth checking out. When you think of Sony, you know you are in for a knockout 4K release, and this one is no exception. The Raid Redemption, available only as a non-exclusive steelbook, is, in my opinion, one of the biggest improvements over the existing Blu-ray, bar none. The director went in and did a new transfer with the color timing adjusted, and it looks so much better now. It's always going to be a dark, kind of grungy looking film, but I think it really just translates well to the 4K picture. The resolution looks really good here. And it's not I would say, a colorful movie. It never has been. But there is a nice boldness to what color there is. And it's refined is the best way I can put it. And the movie is really well done visually. But the new Dolby Atmos is the clear winner here. It is fantastic. This is an action-packed film. It really is. There's punches, gunshots will break windows. It is that good of an Atmos mix. Sony does a really well done job. They started 2024 off to a great start. So yes, the Ray Redemption on 4K is my number 2 pick. And for my number 1 4K release of January 2024, that is going to be a little bit of a tie, but they go together and they were released simultaneously. So I went with Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer, released from Arrow Video. These are, in my opinion, how you treat classic catalog titles on 4K. I mean, the original Conan, of course, got the biggest improvements. Visually, it looks fantastic. I mean, the old Blu-ray is horribly dated. It's just, if you even A and B compare these at home, it's going to be no difference. And of course, Arrow Video did a really wonderful job. Overall, I mean, you have the picture, which gives that Dolby Vision HDR grading a nice boost. A new Dolby Atmos, which admittedly is not the most bombastic, but it does open up the soundstage well. And of course, you have the original mono and the extras. The extras are so much in this. If you are a Conan fan, you are going to get a lot. And of course, Conan the Destroyer also, I think, really got a nice, I would say the picture upgrade over the Blu-ray is not as drastic, but it's still, I mean, if you're looking for an improvement, you're going to find it here. And the Dolby Atmos really brings things home. I mean, there's a little bit more, oomph in your surround space. Once again, both films are not going to be like reinventing the wheel audio-wise, but you are getting a lot for your money. And of course, the extras included by Arrow Video are done well. I mean, both Conan films are, they're a little bit higher on the price end, but they are worth it, especially if you're a Conan fan. Both movies available individually or as a collection as part of the Conan Chronicles. They are my number 1 pick for January 2024. So those are my top 5 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray picks of January 2024. If you're interested in more of my thoughts on these releases, I did full reviews for Conan, Conan the Destroyer, and the Ray Redemption, and I did shorts for the other 3 movies on this list. So check those out if you want to hear my thoughts on how they look and sound on the 4K. And also, if you're interested in any of the titles I talked about in this video, I will leave direct Amazon links in the comments section. And if you use them, they really help out the channel. But now it's your turn. What were your top 5 4K releases of this past month? Sound off down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.